Well, good morning, everyone. It's in my greenhouse at Orchid Supply Store. And today we're going to be repotting some phalaenopsis. And as you can see, these are just full of moss. This is the way they come from the store. And when we pull these out, they are just absolutely packed to the brim. Roots cannot breathe. Roots are very, or can be very wet. They never are allowed to dry out. So we're going to correct this. And what I do is I come in and I get rid of all of this moss. And as you've seen in a previous video, I do not take extra pains, don't take extra time. I've got too many to do. Today I'm doing, I think, 15 phalaenopsis, and if I did it the way most of you would like, it would take me all day long, to repot these 15 orchids. I just can't spare that much time. Well, I guess I could. I just don't take that much time. I just get in here and I rip it out. All of this moss, which is certainly not needed. I mean, that's enough moss, for at least a dozen plants right there. And I haven't even got it all off yet. So I just continue to, I guess you would call this gently massage, the moss, so that it can turn loose of the roots and get it all out. I just keep working with it, I find a little piece that I can grab hold of and I pull it out. More and more. So this is how I do it. I get rid of the moss. That's the first thing. And then after I get rid of the moss, I do inspect the roots to see how they look. Actually, the roots on this one look amazingly well. I'm surprised. Most of the phalaenopsis like this that I have, these were actually purchased through my wholesaler. The ones that I get the smaller orchids from. They also offer some of the larger phalaenopsis like this, and they were in bloom when I got them. And I buy these to go inside my house, for my wife. She puts up with me doing all kind of stupid and crazy things. So I figure it's the least I can do is to give her some pretty orchids, to brighten up the house. So I'll buy maybe 12 at a time for her. We have a section in our foyer that I can put. I think I can get about 36 orchids on this stand, and when it's full, you cannot imagine how pretty it is. And all 36 would be in bloom at the same time, and it's like an orchid garden, right there in our living room or in the foyer. So, like I said, she puts up with me, so I give her something pretty to look at. Okay, and I'm putting these in a 6.5 inch pot. Seems like that's going to fit fairly well. And again, I use 100% bark. Put a little in the bottom. Put the roots in. That's about where I want it. And I just fill it up. Tap it down as I go. And I didn't see that. Looks like I just ripped that leaf apart. I don't like to do this, but that one is not going to survive. So in my haste, I just totally destroyed that one leaf. That's what I get for not being careful. Happens sometimes, but I'll be willing to bet that in a month or so, you won't even be able to tell that this orchid lost a leaf. I surgically removed it. You saw how easy it was. I just go snip, snip with the scissors, and it's no longer there. Okay, 1 down, 14 to go. Put my tag in there, otherwise I'll never know what it is. Okay. Clean that up just a little bit. Number 2. This one came out very easy. It actually had some bark. That's unusual. Normally don't see them come with bark. But it came out really quick. Aha, it's got the dreaded little basket. I don't know if you've ever seen these things, but it's just a basket that they put on the very young plants to hold moss. So we're going to cuff that joker off, see if we can liberate this orchid from its shackles. Just have to snip it off piece by piece to get it out from around those roots. And that's one piece. Find the end of that one. A little snip here. I'm actually trying not to cut the roots, so I'm being a little bit careful. Just a little bit, not much. Another piece. And there we go. Okay, so roots on this one look really nice because it actually had some bark in there. It wasn't totally covered up with the moss, and as you can see right here, this is where it was blooming and the spike was removed. Okay, pull out another pot, some fresh bark in the bottom, and in go the roots. Now this bark that it was in the pot is not too bad at all. It's still in decent shape, so I'm going to use some of that around the top. Don't have a lot, but that saves a little bit. And then finish filling it up with my bark. Packing it down as I go. And there was no tag with this one. Through the debris, and this is what I get way too often just totally unidentified. This one must be an illegal that crossed the border with no identification, but that's okay. It's still going to be pretty, and we'll watch it grow. Okay, 2 down, too many to go. And we'll get another one. Again, pull it out. Again, this one had some bark on it. Really nice. I like it when it's like this because they're not so in such bad a shape. Okay, looking for the tag. Again, no tag, no identification. I do not know what this is. It has bloomed. There's the spike that was cut off. So it was a pretty one, I'm sure. Just don't know what it was. So again, it's got the little basket that I refuse to leave on. I guess it could be good. I don't know. I just don't like them. Never have, never will. So I'm always going to cut them off. It's got that whatever they use. And just another 2 snips, and I think I'll have this one. Ah, okay. That one came off easy. Roots really are in good shape. I'll reuse some of this bark. It's in halfway decent shape. Fill in around the edges. Finish off with mine. Okay, 3 down. Okay. And we'll come back when I have all of them ready. Okay, through the miracles of modern electronics, I'm back with the last one. It's taken about, it's taken about an hour, to do these. And the last one has a tag, that's good. And just loaded with the moss. Try to pull it off, it just comes off in layers. Roots are wet. So this one is a tough one. It's just packed deep, tight in there. Quite honestly, I don't know how the nursery guys get this much moss on a single plant. I don't know if they have a machine that does. I've never actually ever seen it. I don't know if they have a machine or whether it's done by hand, but it's rolled on here. And it's extremely tight, so would not surprise me if the big guys, where I buy these, if they have some automated procedure to pack these poor little orchids with moss. And it's got several different layers, so I know they do wrap them at different stages of their age. You know, they start off, you know, when they're very young. You know, they pack that core, you know, right at the crown of their roots. Yeah, they pack that on there, and then as they're potted into larger pots, you know, they get a little bit more. Broke that one off. Doing good today, Ken. That was only the second one that I broke, so I guess that's not bad. Just trying to get all of this wet moss off, and sometimes it just refuses. Okay, so I think they'll be okay. A lot of the roots are, you know, just white. Yeah, just too much water. Got some nice green ones there also. So I believe it'll be okay. Okay. Pot. New bark. Sit her down in there. I've seen a couple of the people, specifically some of the sites that we sponsor at the Orchid Supply Store. I've watched them repot one or two of their plants, you know, and some of the phalaenopsis, and a few of the people like to put these kind of leaning sideways, you know, laying over on the side of the pot, which is very pretty. Yeah, no doubt about that. I choose not to because I like to have them a little more upright, simply because I have so many in the same spot or on the same shelf. They have to stand upright as much as I can get them. Okay, guys, so that's the last of the 15. I chose to leave the spike on this one where it had bloomed because it's got some viable, I called these buds the other day, but gee, at this moment the correct terminology actually eludes me. I'll see if I can remember it once again. But anyway, it's very possible that from here and here we could have a rebloom, and I like to have them rebloom when I can. So that's why I left this one on here. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me once again in the greenhouse. This is Ken, and I'm the founder of Orchid Supply Store, along with my son. Oh, while I'm sitting here, let me give you just a little bit of history. My son and I, my son's name is Scott. He and I started the company many years ago. We actually started the company in 1989. We sold collectible toys. And we did this for several years. Scott started full-time with the company in 1995. I quit my job and started full-time with the company in 2002. At this time, we were still selling just collectible toys. Collectors Online Market, that's our company. And we did that until about 2010, when we got into the orchid supplies, barks and pots and things like that. And we grew from the pots and the bark and all of that into the live plants. So we've been selling live plants now for about 6 years. And Currently, we have 5 people, that work here. Myself, Scott, Nicholas, who is my grandson, Randy, and then I have a part-time Nathaniel, who is also my grandson. He's a senior in high school and hasn't decided yet if he wants to come to work with us full-time or not. But that's a very brief history and how many people work here. And I did have one person that put a comment that said I need to change the name because we are not Orchid Supply Store. Well, yeah, we are. That's the best way I can describe it. Yes, we are Orchid Supply Store. We sell plants. We sell supplies, pots, bark, pretty much any and everything that you need for an orchid. And then on the other side of the company, which is Scott runs that primarily, is collectible toys. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll do this again because I'm going to have more, and you come back there, okay?